Well, right, right. Well, but see, I think that that's part of why so many people quit right before it's actually begun. Listen, here's the truth. The truth of the matter is that it takes boldness to be an artist. It just does. I don't think people really understand how audacious it is to say, I will take something that's never been said, something that's never been sung, something that's never been performed, and I have the audacity to say that I want to create words and lyrics and melodies around those thoughts, and then not just write it, not just create it, but produce it and offer it up for human consumption. That takes a tremendous amount of boldness. The reason why so many artists are unaware of how audacious and bold they are is because boldness and fear live together. They reside together in the same space. And so many people spend so much time trying to abort the fear because they feel like the fear is some sort of earmarker that they're not worthy, or that they're not ready, or that they're somehow ill prepared for the task ahead. Never understanding that fear and courage were designed to commingle together. You must give them equal space. If you try to abort fear to create more room for boldness, well, then you create an artist that is egotistical and lazy and unwilling and unable to collaborate. If you try to abort courage to create an inequity of humility, then you create an artist that's passive, that doesn't have an independent voice, that's not able to fight passionately for the truth of their work. So they are both necessary, right? You need both of those things as a balance for the work ahead. This is why, for me, as an artist, there's nothing that is more sacred than that creative moment. There's nothing that I'm willing to sacrifice for the purity and the sanctity of creation. There is something beautiful about looking out into the nothingness of the creative world, whether it be the stage, whether it be the screen, whether it be the literary world. There is something about looking out into that nothingness and saying, I see something that is not there, and I have the courage, the boldness, and more importantly, the call to create that. So I know that you're wrestling with those feelings of inadequacy, but instead of wrestling with it, which is what leads to the stress, which is what leads to the anxiety, which is what leads to the torment that you're feeling, instead of trying to combat that fear, why don't you embrace it? Let it be what it's going to be. Let it drive you to a greater level of technical skill without pushing you over the edge. And the way you don't let it push you over the edge is that you surround yourself with like-minded people, other artists, other creatives who understand the process. They may not understand your work. They may not understand what you're trying to create, but they understand the process of artistry. That will be your necessary support as you move through the process. And here's the key. You don't need anyone's permission to create. The entry fee to artistry is the feeling that you have in your heart. That's what it costs to be an artist. And so you don't owe an explanation. You certainly don't need anyone's permission, but you do need the similitude of like-minded people, the comfort of knowing that I'm not in this thing by myself. I think that would help you, you know?